What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It's episode number 81. Loads to get through. We are literally jumping right into it today. No introduction, just move straight into it. Because, as you would have just seen, the budget transfer deadline day is here, and the first thing on our agenda of so much stuff to get through today, and I'm doing nothing on deadline day. We've done our business, we've made our biggest signing of the save, with Garo returning to the save, coming with us for our final season with Roma, and no one's getting sold as we don't have the depth. So with an hour to go, I will quickly show you the team for those that missed the blockbuster of the opening episode. You'll see here it's a great team, absolutely fantastic. Calafiori's coming as experience, but also versatility. CB and LB to strike the back line. Garo, of course, the headline signing as well, and we've also brought in Komoto from AC Milan, who I'm so excited to use for the first time. Yes, there's a lack of depth, but like I said before, I think we'll be okay. If worse comes to worse, we can just pick up players on freebies, and we'll be able to survive until January. So I'm not worried about this. So the top deals on deadline day. I say now, hold on. Ekitike to Dortmund. I can't stop rambling. Ekitike to Dortmund for £83.3 million. He's back in the Bundesliga. And Malero has left Bilbao to join Bayern. But the second signing there, another new gen. I've mentioned before, now every deadline day I do, one of the top three deals includes a new gen / regen. And to me, I've mentioned this is when the career mode gets a bit too regen heavy for my liking. And which is why for our ninth and what is final season, I think we're doing the right thing making this our last year. And as it is our last year and our second year of AS Roma, this year I want to win them that fourth Scudetto, man. We came so close last season and I bottled it towards the end, only winning 2 of my final 7 games. I think it was as Lazio, of all the teams, ended up winning their Scudetto. But for Roma, we want to win it this season. 1 win and a draw to start the season off. Let's make it 2 wins and a draw and get our first win at the Stadio Olimpico. First game, informed Como last season. Forza Roma. Of course, today, can't wait for it, man. This might be the most excited I've been for a, I guess, semi or final or top of the table clash game since we left Sunderland. It is indeed our return to the stadium of light for the first time since season 5. Can't wait, man. Can't wait. They haven't actually finished top 4 since we left, but they are here by winning the Europa League last season, so I'm so excited for that. And we'll play that today. Save the Leon host for the next episode as top the Fires one just over the bar early. But yeah, as it is our final season and we've only won 1 Champions League so far in the save. This now our 9th season with Roma. Board saying get to the final. We'll of course go for it, but it's going to be tough. If we just, to me, as Fabre's through for an easy opening goal, if we just get to the final 4, even though it's our final season save, it'd be a shame not to win it again, but I'd still take with this Roma team. Great start here though, 1-0 up early. I don't know why it's so hard for AI managers to continue, or at least maintain, the kind of trajectory you were on with the team when you leave them. Because you'll notice this, if you leave a team in career mode, Zipola makes a brilliant save in the near post. If you leave the team in career mode, they always get worse. And pretty much straight away, pretty much from the very first transfer window. It's like they'll sell 2 of your great young prospects to division rivals, and then they'll sign like a 33-year-old on 150 grand a week. It's like, why have you done that? Like, there was no need. I would have balled Alphonse, Borca, Rita. Well, there was no need to do that, man. AI managers, they need to get better at squad building. We've said it for many years. There'll be the rare occasion where you'll see an AI team and they've been built really well for the long term, but the vast majority of the time, they're built incredibly poorly. So matchday 1, the Champions League, comes directly after that. Our first game back in it with Roma. And that is going to be Frankfurt away in Germany. Our fixtures are really tough, though. Really, really tough. Not just our former 2 teams, Lyon and Sunderland. We've got Frankfurt away. We've got Liverpool. We've got, is it Barcelona we've got to face as well? As Como come through for a level, which to be fair is deserved. And equalised 14 after the restart. But yeah, it's a tough run of fixtures, and we'll do well to make the top 8, let alone even just make the playoffs. But even so, 1-1 here, and one thing's for sure, our defence, which I thought was going to take a major step up, hasn't. Conceded 2 on the opening day at home to Atalanta, and now 1 here against Como, which is definitely deserved as well. Having said that, these are 2 really good teams. Atalanta, and last year one of the informed teams, Como. Yeah, I'm not too surprised by this. Yes, Como and Atalanta were 2 of the top 5 in the league last season, so with that being the case, I'm not going to be too mad if we... Oh, Ipolo again don't win this game, but honestly, we'll be lucky to get a point based on this. Ipolo's bailed me out at least twice tonight, and it's still just 1-1 at the moment as Calafiori head away that cross, and eventually Garo will hunt down his man only for Como to win it back. This has been a really, really tough evening. Anyone have thought we were going to win the Scudetto for the 4th time in club history with ease this season? Think again, if we are going to do it, we'll need to be a lot better than this, especially defensively, as Kamada finds Fabre, nice ball through, Alfonsi is through for the window and smacks it in. And this is what we will need to do if we're to have a chance of winning that first league title since the very early 2000s. Win when we haven't played well. We've talked about it all the time, but that is what champions do. They find a way to be successful and get the dub, even when they've been off the pace. Really, on the balance of play, we should have lost this game. Instead, I think we've just won it. Right, following game, let's jump into it. Match day 1, Champions League phase away in Germany, taking on Eintracht Frankfurt in their real stadium. Great team for an RTG in career mode, of course, but tonight in for a big win away on match day 1 and a perfect start to what is again a very tough run of 8 league phase fixtures. So first game, match day 1, Eintracht Frankfurt away. Falls that way. Interestingly enough, Goro has a suspension for this game as well, so they've got a red card with Chelsea at some point. As Fabre looks to turn his man, gets taken down, and thankfully right back to his feet. Whenever my star goes down, I'm always holding my breath just for a momentary second, hoping that he bounces straight back up. But yeah, Goro suspended for this game, quite interesting indeed. And have to deal without the left back, who's been somewhat underwhelming to start his time off with Roma. And oh, what a save by Empoli, but nothing underwhelming about our performance round number 1 to start the season off. Last season it had been inconsistent, but to start this campaign off, he has bailed me out already at least 2 or 3 times from weak defending. Still 0-0, but you know, it's true, if you are to win, oh, what on earth is that? If you are to win major honours, you need faith in your keeper. And Empoli definitely showing this season he's ready to take the next step. Speaking of faith in keepers, by the way, can we give Robert Sanchez some flowers? Because he, last season, at many times, looked a complete liability for Chelsea. He was dropped, I think, on a couple of occasions. I thought yesterday he did really well against Arsenal. Obviously, he knew he was going to be under pressure for a lot of the game with the Caicedo red, which was a red, in my opinion. But I thought he was really good last night. Probably a bit of bias because he's in my fantasy team. As Freddie, hits the crossbar and Frankfurt getting away. But I think he's definitely picked his form up, man. And there were question marks last year, and a lot of people were saying, a lot of pundits were saying, I don't think Chelsea can win or even challenge for a Premier League title with Sanchez in goal. Well, right now they're Arsenal's closest threat. Thought he did very well last night, playing most of the game with 10 men. And yeah, I think Sanchez has definitely picked his form up as... Oh, body! Chipsy Polo there though, and Frankfurt have the lead. Feisty start to the game, hosts in front, but there's definitely more goals tonight. That was a sensational bit of skill. Yeah, I thought he was very good last night, Sanchez. Very good indeed, under a lot of pressure. Made one tremendous save as well, late towards the end of the first half, I think it was. But yeah, I thought he was very good. And as Topper is through, just couldn't pull the trigger, and Frankfurt get it away. But, you know, we had this problem last season. Domestically, we were excellent on our way to finishing second and winning the cup. But in Europe, we just could not get it sorted. Is it going to happen again? Not under Kamada's watch. Lovely finish by our number 9, Roma, with the leveller. One thing you might have noticed this year is that EA have not necessarily removed substitution animations, but you don't see them all the time now. In fact, I noticed they get shown for the AI more than they do for the user control club. I don't know if I'm in favour of that. I know they're trying to speed the game up a little bit, and oh, what a finish, bottom corner. Trying to make it quicker to get straight back into the gameplay as opposed to just the ball being dead. But I quite like seeing the substitution animations, to be fair. As Roberto comes on for me, but I'll need him if we are to get a point on match day 1. As things stand, for our first loss of the season, and coming in Europe, feels like last season, man. Total deja vu. In the league, no problems. In Europe, just can't get it sorted. As Manini sees Kamada with his arm up, going in for the header, cleared away, and Højlund does enough as Frankfurt clear. I don't know what it is with this Roma team, but for some reason, I just can't perform in Europe. It's going to be free, it's going to be free. I brought my centre-halves out, wrong decision. Deja vu. Roma in Italian football, excellent. Roma in European football, absolutely tragic. And this season, the boys that reach the final will be lucky to even make the playoffs of the league phase. Only ever reached the Champions League final once. They were runners up to Liverpool. I don't think we'll be getting back there. I don't know what it is. If it's a psychological thing, I don't know. I just cannot seem to perform in Europe. Sunderland away next. You know, there we go for my back. I'm not looking forward to that, man. as things stand, probably going to start off 0 for 2 in Champions League phase games. So let's get back on track, shall we? Following game, back to the Stadio Olimpico and back to matters in this area. Fiorentina coming to Rome right now. 2 wins and a draw to start the season off, but second to the perfect Juventus, 100% 3 wins from 3. If we are to win a Scudetto, our home games need to be bankers. Already one slip up, can't afford another one here. Next up, Fiorentina. It's mine. And Fabre to Alfonsi, must finish, does, come on. And I don't think we're going to be able to afford to take games off this season in this area if we are to win that Scudetto. And we were actually very unlucky not to win matchday 1. We probably should have done against Atalanta. Surrendered 2 points late and then almost hit a winner directly after an equaliser. But if we are to win it, you just can't take games off in a league with so much parity, man. Especially not with the start that Juve have made. I think through balls have just become a bit too easy in CM now. I think that, to me, EA, they've changed the game so much through patches, and there's been a couple of times where they've changed them and they're approaching the sweet spot, and in the next patch they kind of ruin the progress they've made. I'm hoping that when the next patch comes around, oh, Fabre, wonderfully done, just couldn't pull the trigger. I'm hoping that they will make sure the defence stays a bit tighter, because at times it's just too easy to find a man running through for a one-on-one with a simple through ball. And I have mentioned it before, they do need to reward, more passing plays in order to, encourage people to play a slower style of play. But ultimately, when you can just press the L1 button, ask your striker to run forward, and oh, look at that, he's found some space in between the back lines, 2 centre halves, for example. It's just too easy. And I think that's why I'm trying to slow my play down a little bit myself, but when the option's there, it's hard not to use it, as Kamada finds a bit of space himself, and oh, it don't go in off the bar, but Alfonsi says now it does, heads in the rebound, and Roma double the lead. I think for my next CM, which again will be starting directly on the conclusion of this one, I think I will start going back to the authentic game. I'm still on authentic, just with some slight slider tweaking, which we did many seasons ago. But I think I'm going to go back to the generic authentic gameplay with 0 slider alteration and see how we go from there. Even so, Alfonsi at the double, he's been on fire to start the season off. 5 goals in 4 games. He's going for that golden boot. Roma forward to play, and it should be a win for... Go on, Camote. Oh, what a goal for the hosts, and our 3rd in 4 to start the season off. And there is a first goal for AS Roma for Camote. I literally just brought him off the bench to see the game out. And I always say this, if you're going to score your first goal for your new club, make it a memorable. And that is a sweet strike. And that's the replay we get for it as well. This is what EA need to work on as well, man. Never mind the gap in the defence when playing through balls in for simple finishes. Why have they still got this issue with the replays, man? That is a sweet strike, and we don't even get to see the old angles. It is a 3-0 win for Roma. It's probably our best performance at home this season, and a great way to respond on the back of the loss to Eintracht Frankfurt. But come on, EA, seriously, everyone knows about this replay glitch. You've seen it so many times, plastered all over social media. How have you not fixed this yet? Right, following game, let's jump into it. AC Milan at home, heading into this. Yeah, great start for AS Roma. Disappointing loss to Eintracht Frankfurt. Disappointing slip up on match day 1. But outside of that, we've looked very good in this area. Next up, it is indeed AC Milan, last year's Coppa Italia runners-up, Forza Roma. Yeah, Milan have a better season than last year, no doubt about that. Already in the top 3. It's just, like I said before, when you get to a certain stage of a save, it's hard to keep track of, what team looks like what, who would be considered the strongest. You can of course go through the what's it called, I've literally forgotten what it's called, the team sheets section, and you can see what star ratings what teams have and what their supposed 11 would be. But of course that's very hard to predict due to injuries and fatigue and suspension. Teams are going to rotate here and there as well, but it's hard to know what team you would consider to be the strongest when you're now 9 seasons in. But yeah. But anyway, heading into the game, I do think they are a much better season than last year's. Oh, Tokpa, what a run! Tokpa, what a goal than last season. If we can beat them here at the San Siro, what a statement that will be early doors for AS Roma. And for the first goal of the season for the Ivorian, that is an absolutely amazing dribble and finish as well. Great work for our number 18, buys himself some space to step over, catches the Belgian Senna Lemens out of the near post, and Roma go up a goal in Milan, courtesy of a wonderful run. Sule, what a cross that is. Oh, what a savey Polo. My goodness, and Karuma prevents the corner. Great work from the right back as we'll scramble it away. Well, Sule had Garo in the dust. His cross to the middle was great, but the save, I must say, he is looking very good to start the season off. We will need him on his game all season long if we are to have a chance to win the Scudetto. Starting the campaign off, he's been excellent. 20 on the clock as Karuma wins it back. We should be able to grind this out from here. Yes, whoa, what a chance. What a chance. Milan doubling up. Patrick Dorgu, the former Manchester United lecture man, caught in no man's land. Alfonsi's touch was good. Pavlovic defends better. Milan all clear. I do see there being a late second goal, but it could be either a leveller or a dagger. And hopefully not the former, but this Milan team has got a brilliant attack, including our former man Sule. Got to be on my game to see this out here and collect what we need. He's onside there, Alfonsi, which would be the 3 points. Alfonsi, Fabre takes it in his stride. Game over. Come on! Get in! Freddy gets our second, and that should do it. Roma will win in Milan. It's 5-5 for the captain, and man, did we need this. If we are to win the Scudetto, like I said, we've got to grind out games where we haven't played well, but also win big against the big informed teams. I want to see that clean sheet out as well. As Conrad Harder flicks it through and Sule finds space. Oh, what a goal. What a goal from our former attacking midfielder. A minute and a half to go. Is there enough time? No, that will do it. We won't get the clean sheet as our struggles defensively continue. Only one clean sheet to start the campaign off, but a massive win, and it is 3 in our last 4 in all competitions and 4 in our last 5 as well. We might have had a couple of blips here and there, but no doubt about it. This Roma team definitely look like one of the favourites to win the Scudetto this season. Wins like this will give us the best chance. But I don't think we've got much chance to win the Champions League. I would like to try and go for a top 8 finish. If we're going to do that, we need to play a lot better than we did in Germany. And I'm so excited for this. Yep, match day 2, we'll jump into it. I've been hoping to face these guys ever since we left them, and now we do. It is Sunderland away in the northeast of England as we return to the ground where we started the career mode, heading into this with the return of Anthony Garo as well. Absolutely cannot wait. Following game Wednesday night, I'm back, Sunderland away as we make our return. I do wish that EA would be able to track historical data. We talked about this before, but like, I would like more of a build-up to this game. We took Sunderland from what was a newly promoted team to Champions League winning team, Premier League winning team. I'm back for the first time. Like, there should be more of a build-up to the game. Do you know what I mean? And the fact it's just like, yeah, it's just another game. That's what I said before about EA. The problem for them is that so often the games just do feel like that. Every game just feels like another game, and there's just less in terms of what you call the build-up to the game, especially with no historical tracking as well. And so this to me is what I want EA to really work on. If you're going to immerse people into the game, then yeah, games like this should have a lot more of a build-up to them and be a lot more, dramatic, I guess, in terms of the pre-match animations and the expectations heading into the game as well. Hannibal, the captain of Sunderland now, looking for a bit of space, and pokes it through to the Ghanaian Ajay, who of course we got through the academy. Rio Ngumwa, of course the former Liverpool youngster. Sunderland plays some good football here, and Norton finds space. Polo denies the second highest rated player in the game now. Loyal to Sunderland, hasn't left the Black Cats. Even of course we were hoping to bring him in this season. And a good save by our number 1 keeps it at 0-0 for now. Hinchelwood through the gap finds Hannibal, and it is Sunderland in the ascendancy in the first half, as you would expect away at the stadium. Like, ball put through to Ajay, the Ghanaian, of course we had through the academy, and he's just got a sensational solo goal. Sunderland in front, and Roma set for back-to-back defeats in Europe. No one who saw our progress last year in the Conference League will be surprised about this. By the way, petition for EA to allow you to invert the camera as well. Of course, we're playing on the tactical camera now since we've changed it, but you can customize the height and the zoom, but I would really like it if they would allow you to invert the camera so you could then see it from the other side, because I'd like to see the manager and the subs on the dugout. Of course, you don't really get to see them often unless you come to this side on the near side. But to be able to see I could swear back in the day it was inverted, or maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, that will make it a lot easier to see the reactions of the staff and the subs and whatnot. But anyway, second half's getting underway here, still down by 1. And you can tell my gameplay's been poor when I start talking about the camera angle, because I've had a really awful game tonight. Not too surprised against this fantastic Sunderland team, but yeah, as things stand for back-to-back losses in Europe, Kyle Norton finds a bit of space, looks for an opening to shoot. It's Norton, it's 2. Sunderland rocking the stadium, and I says, welcome back, Gaffer, but we won't take it easy on you. One of the stars that we developed through the academy, now one of the highest rated players in the game, has just hit the second. AS Roma struggles in Europe, continue from Conference League to Champions League. Yeah, we discussed it in the last episode. For some strange reason, I just cannot, and I mean cannot, get it sorted in the European games. It is the opposite of the European hangover that a lot of clubs have. What a ball, Karuma, and Kamada heads it in off the post. That's a brave header from our number 9. After an excellent cross, he's stuck in the net, and it is 2-1. Back in the game. Oh, he might have got the goal back, but unfortunately it'll be nothing other than a consolation as Garo hoops the ball away in frustration. It's an unhappy return for the Ant-Man. It's an unhappy return for the Gaffer, but it's very happy faces all around the Stadium of Light. We built a brilliant team in the 5 years here in the northeast of England, and whilst they haven't quite managed to replicate what we were able to do with them in our time here, clearly they are still a world-class team. Back-to-back defeats to start our Champions League campaign off, and I'll say it again like we said throughout last year, AS Roma simply can't do it in Europe. And again, petition for EA to understand historical data, man. This should have been a lot more of a dramatic game, considering what we did with Sunderland in the 5 years. Anyway, following game, back to Italy, back to Rome, back to the Stadio Olimpico, and back to Matas Serie A. Newly promoted Empoli coming to Rome in what should be a banker, as our European form continues to look poor, but domestically looking very good indeed. Let's win again and keep the pressure on Juve. I know I keep on saying, oh, I wish EA would do this, I wish EA would do that, you know. But I've said before, as someone who's played the game since '99, the reason why I do sound quite critical at times, I think I'm quite fair with the EA person. I do praise them at times as well. But the reason why is just because I know how much better of a game this could be. And, you know, first of all, sort of the bugs out. I mentioned before, like, you know, more than anything, get the bugs fixed and create a polished game. And believe me, that does like 9 out of 10 things that people have an issue with to begin with. I mean, for example, you know, we talked about the replay there. We've seen this has been an issue since it became an issue earlier. That should be a tap-in for Alfonsi. Thank you very much for the rebound opener. But, you know, that manager coat there, or lack of coat, I should say, just saw with me on the sidelines, that's been an issue since the base game. Everyone knows about it. Everyone knows about this issue. We're into December now. We've had many, many patches, and yet they still haven't fixed it. You know, you'll notice that the manager doesn't wear the coat anymore. Like, my man, the jacket just looks a bit strange. It's just glitched out. How they haven't fixed that, I've got no idea. And it's just so frustrating. And I never want to sound like I'm just moaning too much, but it's like we spend a lot of money on this game, and many, many years have passed with a lot of the same bugs from many, many years ago. The fact that, you know, so many of them have not been worked on, it's just a bit of an insult, really, from EA. Just taking us completely for granted as Topper fires wide. Oh, speaking of FPL, when I mentioned Sanchez earlier, by the way, did anyone triple captain Haaland this weekend? Because I did. And I apologise in advance, because whenever I make a change in FPL, it never works. Never works. Triple captain him against Leeds. I was thinking, you know, out of form, Daniel Farker under pressure. Should be a win for Man City. And it was. The Polo drops that comfortable shot, but it makes a very good recovery save to make amends there. And 3 goals for Man City. Didn't get a single goal or assist. Thanks for the 6 points, Erling, and a waste of my triple captaincy. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, it's still currently leading by 1. Empoli not willing to give up the ghost early, though. Oh, Liberali, what a ball that is to find Kamada. But it should be 2, and it is indeed. And if we are to win the Scudetto this year, we've got to win the bankers. 24 minutes in. Could have been tied at 1-1 instead. We are 2 goals up. I am straight up not having a good time in fantasy football this year. I actually thought I did quite well last season. I think I was second in my mates' league, but this year I'm at the bottom. I've had an awful shocker. Speaking of shocker, Karuma loses the ball there. and a simple finish for Empoli to get a goal back. And speaking of shockers as well, only one clean sheet to start the season off. Considering all the money we spend on bolstering the back line, this is not going to cut it, man. We said last year one of the reasons why we didn't get close to winning the Scudetto in the end was our weak defending. I thought it was going to improve this year. Evidently that is not the case. Alright, second half underway. We are currently still leading by 1. I'm certain there's going to be a 4th goal in this game though, because my defence has been so bad to start the season off. But going forward, we do look very good indeed. Haven't been held scoreless in any of our games so far, so I think there's definitely another goal. And if we get it, I'll probably do it. Liberani's shot deflected up in the air, flipped down and cleared. I'd like to try and get Garo a goal or an assist if possible. So far this season, it's wonderful football like that. That's great. It's brilliant. That's amazing. Go on, Garo. Finish the move. Oh, what a goal. No, the flag's up on the far side. Well, he thought he had his first goal in an AS Roma jersey, but it's disallowed for offside. Late flag on the far side, so of course it will be right because the game never gets it wrong. But that was a wonderful move, that, and unfortunately chalked off. Still 2-1, but yeah, definitely a 4th goal, but it could go either way at this point. Going, yes, Garo, we'll have that. So we'll get the danger away. Still currently leading by 1. Gutted that goal got chalked off. Not just because it would have been his first goal for the club, but oh, come on, a great ball. Alfonsi all the way out to Garo. It was a lovely team build-up as well. And I haven't really scored too many nice team goals since we left Sunderland, if I'll be honest. I'm finding it hard with both Leon and Roma, but that was a nice little move working our way forward there. And there is the first goal contribution for the Ant-Man, and crucially, Roma back to winning ways. Yeah, I'll say it, man, we can't do it in Europe, but it's nice to know at least in the Serie A, we are looking the best team in the country right now, as we'll stay top of the table to end the... No, let's do one more. I was going to end it today. We'll do one more. Following game, final one today. We'll quickly do this one and make it our 7th and final one. Cagliari away from home in Sardinia as we go for yet another win and staying undefeated in the Serie A. Forza Roma. That's a kind of a throw out by Empoli there as we'll pass our way forward. Still tied at 0-0. Again, a great run for AS Roma domestically. It might have drawn on the opening day against Atalanta, but won every game since then. And this is actually our game in hand on Juventus, and we are top by a point heading into this game, so a chance to go 4 clear to end the episode off. But no matter what, we'll still be in pole position. Excellent start to the season. After last year, absolutely bottled it towards the end. And granted, it wasn't our target to win the Scudetto in season 1, but it still hurt knowing that we had such a poor run to win the season off. Well, we often say it, sometimes our biggest lessons that we learn come from our toughest and hardest setbacks. Not much, oh, what a save that is on Alfonsi. Not much tougher of a defeat, you know, being clear in the Scudetto and then bottling it at the end to your fierce rivals Lazio. But we're going to learn from that as Karima heads over, that we can't take games off and we need to get back on the winning wagon as soon as we slip up. We've done that. Slipped up on match day 1. Since then, we've won every game. Zebra, former Boca Juniors man, dispossessed, but Prati wins it back. Shot from range, easily blocked by Scalvini, and Karima slides it to Endor. Sealy's pass will drop to Alfonsi. Frederic Fabre back to Samuel. Oh, brilliantly done. Excellently done. And that finish, I haven't done it in a while. I was going to score anyway, so why not put a bit of style in it? Yeah, those Thierry Henry-esque shots, they are very... Okay. They are very, very OP, as we know. You practically never missed a target with them. But yeah, that's another thing for EA to add to their list of fixes, man. They are basically almost always an automatic goal. I was going to score anyway, but even so, it's been a while since I've done it. Why not? The game still currently leading by 1. It's not over as Calafiori does really well there, but considering my defense, I might need a second goal to wrap this up. Freddie will find Alfonsi. There's Kamada, should be able to get it for me. Oh, wonderful hesitation, but couldn't pull the trigger. And Cagliari should clear in and run straight into Alfonsi. This for the dagger. And another skill. Oh, no, it's not a skill shot. He just blasted in instead. I asked him to do it. He said, no, Gaffer. You've had enough of the skill shots for one afternoon, son. That'll do it, though. Roma get the second. And it will be 3 points once again. And that'll do it for today's episode of Career Mode as well, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return next one with big games in the Serie A, including Inter, Napoli, and possibly Juventus as well. I will have match days 3 and 4 of the Champions League after a disastrous start to the campaign. Our first game at home in Europe against our former team, Lyon. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.